Hello, Titans. Good God, my bangs hate me today. One sec. Okay. My hair is slightly better. My bangs were just not cooperating with me, sorry. And AC's off. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. Hi, Wolf. Yeah, not too bad. How about you? Oh God, please don't let there be technical issues happening already. I'm sure Wolf would have texted me by now. Hopefully Wolf is in the position to text me if something's going wrong. Well, good. I'm glad to hear it, Wolf. Okay, so I guess that just means I'm delayed severely. But that's nothing new. I just heard the words Earl Grey simple syrup, and I'm like, yum, I would love to have a cake like that. It'd be delicious. Hello. Hello. And why should I say that? Really not in the habit of doing what is demanded of me. If I go from 15 to 6. I think this exchange is funny. Aw, Wolf, I was enjoying the begging. It's all right, Wolf. And that's a dead bug. And I just scratched my desktop screen. That's no good. I guess Chill Guy left. Oh, there was a little gnat that was flying around and it landed on my desktop screen and I smacked it and I accidentally left a mark on the desktop screen, I think. No good. Luckily, I was able to kind of rub it out. Now it's just streaky. Yeah, I am. I don't know. You got any topics for me, Wolf? Where am I from? The US. Nice. NBA like basketball? Is that what you want to talk about? Felt a bug on my knee. How about weather? Sure, I'm game. You guys start. I will admit this is a first editing. I like it though. It's funny. I know, Wolf. I'm bummed for you. I wish you could. I actually saw a on YouTube. He did a short talking about how he's on. Well, at the time he was en route to Australia. He was going through Hong Kong because of the tension in the Middle East. His flight to Qatar, however you want to say it, was canceled, so he had to be redirected through China. And I'm like, and he made it sound like a complaint, and I'm like, dude, you're going through China on your way to Australia. I'm really not sensing why this is a problem. Yeah. Yeah, I was just like, I mean, I get you wanted to take a chance once again at, talking shit about current political climate, but I feel like you're speaking from a place of privilege that not many get to enjoy. I mean, you are traveling through Hong Kong, China, and you're then going to Australia. Most people won't even get to one of those countries in their lifetime, let alone two. So maybe check yourself a little bit. I don't know. It's like those people that are flying to Venice for Bezos's wedding. It just is one of those things. You're just like, you may want to not start talking about certain issues about things if you're doing other things that kind of counter your point. but I know Wolf will disagree. And yeah. Because Wolf is as big a simp for Misha as I am for Jensen Ackles. So but I will say, even if it would have been Jensen that was saying the same thing, I still would have been kind of like, really? You may not want to do that. It's like, um, mm, mm. I was thinking of something and then I lost it. Sorry. I have decided though that Anthony Starr may be the actual Homelander based on his behavior. Like, I did some digging while I was doing research for unrelated things to the channel, and dude acts a lot like how Homelander acts. Like, okay, for example, the woman who plays you can simp for both. The woman who plays Queen Maeve, apparently like he made her time on The Boys so miserable. She all but fled back to Ireland when the shooting was done, and she seemingly refuses to do any like interviews or um, PR tours, anything like that with him. And you know, in the show, Homelander makes Queen Maeve's life miserable. So there's that. There's also Anthony Starr got in a lot of trouble in Spain for cracking a wine bottle over some poor chef's head. And he was drunk, and I'm not saying that's an excuse. I'm just like, that was his state of mind, is he was drunk and he thought that the chef was being disrespectful or something. He smashed a wine bottle over his head, and it's like, and then he defended himself about it, and everybody's like, dude, that's not cool. That's not a good look. And, you know, Homelander does shit like that too. So after doing some research, I'm a little convinced that when people say that, you know, Anthony Starr does a great, or Homelander does a great Anthony Starr impression, or that, you know, Anthony Starr really is Homelander, I'm kind of thinking there's some truth in that. Because his behavior does not speak well of him. Like, I get he can be a great actor, but I'm not impressed with how he handles himself as himself. And I'm waiting to see if chat ever catches up with me, because that seems to be a problem. I really hate this delay that happens. And I don't understand why it happens. I really hate this delay on YouTube. Come on. I know people have been talking. I know people are here. I just don't get why YouTube is like, no, we're not going to show you the comments that are coming up. Not for several minutes. And then you're so far behind, it's a little ridiculous. Like, I promise I'm not ignoring anybody. It's just I don't see the comments as fast as you guys probably are typing them out. See, now I get something. And it's just Wolf singing that song, and it's gonna get stuck in my head. Thanks. What else should we talk about? What else? What else? Okay, let's go with this one. Since there are a bunch of any crazy shows or anime you watched lately. I guess the only thing that qualifies as both is I recently watched the Scott Pilgrim anime, which I thought was really good. They basically got all of the cast from the live action movie and made it anime, and it was really good. It was a very good, it was a very well done show. It was basically like, what if Scott, like, lost or something? And I'm not going to spoil it, but it was really cool to see it from Ramona's perspective and her going through a similar journey that Scott went through. But I feel like hers was more meaningful because she had to interact with all of her evil exes and draw some kind of closure or conclusion from it, or at least learn a lesson from it. And I really enjoyed that part because it felt kind of weird in the movie that he had to fight them, but she's the reason they were upset, or XYZ, or whatever you want to call it. And but she never got a chance to like interact with them or talk to them about the situation. She was just like standing off, and you're watching Scott fight whomever, and yeah, there you go. I actually think I prefer the anime to the live action version. Although finding out that Macaulay Culkin's little brother was Wallace was one of those whoa moments. But I think I've talked about that. But yeah, I haven't really watched a lot. I've been kind of away from television lately, just because I've had a crazy busy week and I want to get as much done as possible with as minimal distraction. So I haven't been watching much. I probably won't even be touching Crunchyroll for a while, if at all. I don't even know why I keep this subscription anymore. I don't use it, and it's like if I don't. But here's the problem: is if I don't have it, I will want to use it. So I have to keep it up. Otherwise, I will find the need to watch something and it's on Crunchyroll, and yet it will not be there because I don't have Crunchyroll. And I mean, I already paid out the year, so it's just one of those where it's like the shows I want to watch are not appropriate for children, and the only time I can watch them is during work, and I'm supposed to be doing, focusing on work and other things, and I find myself kind of like just tuning in and out of whatever I'm watching, so I don't really follow the plot. I mean, I have a whole bunch of movies that I want to watch for free on YouTube, and I just can't even bring myself to open my laptop and have those play while I'm doing stuff, because it's like sometimes the stuff I'm doing is on my laptop, and if I have too many things running on my laptop starts to get hot and slow, and so I have to go, what do I want to do? Do I want to watch something, or do I want to work on something? And usually working on something wins, because I usually always have something to work on. Like I have 5 months worth of content to edit and post, and yeah, I've been a little lazy. Been a lot lazy. Let's just be real. I've been a lot lazy, but yeah. I'm sure Wolf will disagree and go, no, you've been busy. It's like, no, I've been busy thinking, and thinking is not a really great way to spend my time. Because thinking just makes me distracted because I sit still when I think and I don't act like, but if I'm getting up and moving while I'm thinking, I'm like, I can't focus on the task I'm doing, so it slows me down and all sorts of things. Trick-or-treating. Wish I understood. It's like I would actually, no, I'm actually going to look at something on my laptop right quick because I think I have a due date coming. I think 4 months. Oh God, you have to remind me. Oh Jesus H Christmas Christ! Can we just not have this happen, please? I get so tired of having to log into shit. Just keep me logged in, please. I'd rather that. Ooh, because I have grades on shit. Yeah, I know. How much of this do I actually have to read? Do I have to read the whole book? So I only have to read the whole book. I've got a book to read. Yeah. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm looking at my schoolwork while I'm on live. This is how I work. This is literally how I work. And then I bring up, oh, I've got 2 fucking hours of content I need to go through, plus the stuff for the Afton thing I'm doing. And then I need to find time to film more of that. And then I need to find time to film next year's content and I need to sit down and come up with ideas for that. And I've got writing to finish and I have writing ideas, and Wolf knows that I keep coming up with ideas and I really need to not, but I can't help it. And oh my God, life is just a mess. Life is just a thing right now that I have to do, and it's, oh my God, yeah, busy V. Yeah, that's what you can call me. That's the nice thing to call me, I guess. I had somebody say something nice. So I had to read these 2 essays and talk about themes or something. And I was like, I am just bullshitting my way through this. I don't even know. It's been so long since I've had to write this crap, and I did not feel like I got it across. And apparently I got it across. I need to reply to stuff. But oh my God. I'll do that after stream. I'm not gonna sit and reply. I won't do that. I mean, I'll do a lot of dumb shit, but I'm not gonna sit here and type because I know if I type, it's gonna like shake everything. Oh my goodness. I wish I could stick with one project, see it all the way through, and then jump to the next project. But I tend to be like, oh, I need to work on this. Okay, well, I'm not on that anymore, so I'm going to work on this. Now I'm going to work on this. And now I'm going to circle back to project A. But then I'm going to come up with projects D through G. Like, come on. Why couldn't I get the one, like, the neurodivergence where I, like, hyper focus on one thing and that's it? Like, why can't I do that? There are people who do it. I've seen them. I'm jealous of them. My brain is like, no, we're going to make you go about 6 different directions, circle back, and then go forward, but come back. Like, oh my God, I just wish I could finish one thing. I haven't even finished any of my fucking stories. And like I told you earlier, I have a bunch that I've started and stopped. And I may send them to you just so you can read them and you can tell me what you think of them. But Jesus Christ, I need to... Sometimes I feel like I need to get it together, and then sometimes I'm like, how am I supposed to get it together? Nobody told me how to get it together. Okay, I'm gonna close this before I start getting really distracted and actually start doing my work on stream, and that's no. That's a no. I'm not gonna do that. I'll do that after. Everyone is a mess. Yeah, you might have a point there. But, you know, it's my stream, so I have to make it about me. I can't acknowledge that other people have the same problems because, you know, they're not on my stream. But no, I do acknowledge other people have that problem. I just wish I could fix it for myself because it gets so annoying. Just meant to figure it out. More bugs. Lots of bugs. I hate summer. I can't wait for everything to die come the first frost. I hate bugs. I hate summer. It's all pretty and shit, but it's too hot. Too many bugs. So everybody's like, oh, wait, we can't wait till spring when we can go sit out and enjoy the sun. And it's like, uh-huh. But then the bugs are out, and the bugs prevent you from enjoying any of it. And then you just kind of sit out there, like, and do what? I'm just not an outdoors person, I guess. I don't get it. I prefer the fall when it's nice and crisp and cold, and I can, you know, enjoy the weather. I like autumn weather better than summer and spring. Whenever I get it. I haven't lived in a place that got all 4 seasons in so long. I don't even remember what it's like anymore. The last place I lived where I got a decent fall was when I lived in upstate New York. It was gorgeous. It was wonderful. I miss it terribly. But yeah, because when I moved to Wyoming, there was there's no seasons in Wyoming. It's either snowing or super windy. There's like no nice transition to fall because it gets blown away by the winter wind as soon as it happens. Summer is like a month. Winter lasts 10 months. It's ridiculous. I hated it. Like, the winter part was nice because you didn't have a lot of bugs, but at the same time, it was negative. It almost felt like it was negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit all the time. Wind that felt like it was going to cut through you like a knife because it was so cold. I mean, it's bad. I don't miss living there at all. Do you have a contact of any oncologists from you? I don't know any personally, dude. Sorry. Oh, I did get Um, my first scam or bot request thing from Instagram. I got somebody that messaged me that it's clearly a fucking bot. It's clearly just a scam, and I laughed because it's like, my friend can't stop thinking about you and is really too shy, so I messaged you for her. Here's her um here's her Instagram, and I look, and it's like some 19-year-old, and I'm like, first off, this just screams, bullshit. Second, this is ridiculous. And third, why? It was just like, I've been waiting for this, and I love that it happened, but I'm just like, wow, people fall for this shit. Like, how do people fall for this shit? Seriously, like, who's actually going to believe that somebody's friend is messaging them about somebody you've never met? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And I don't get how people fall for that. Like, some scams I can see why people fall for them, but others, it's like, really? You actually fell for that? How? Why? I got another one that was a little bit scarier because it was just so out of the blue. It was, and I don't know if you guys, might be part of this, but I had a spam email that looked like it came from my personal email. And the note inside was just like, you read it and it's kind of scary because it's basically saying, we hacked your account, we have all this information, you have to pay us so much in Bitcoin to make it all go away, and blah blah blah. And it's like, first off, I changed the password to my email because I'm like, I'm not taking any fucking chances right now. Then I went and looked it up, and lo and behold, it's not real. It's a scam. It's people trying to fish. It's, all this. But for a good 2 minutes, I was scared because I'm like, did somebody really get into my email and send it? And I had to do a bit of research just to make sure. And I mean, people were trying to access my email from countries I obviously don't live in, but in the moment, it's kind of scary to see that. So that one, I can understand why people may fall for that one initially. Like, if you're not, like, when you read it the first time, you're like, oh my God. But then if you sit and you mull it over and then you do some research and you're like, okay, nothing's gonna happen because it's just fake. But at the same, like I said, that one I can understand people falling for. The whole somebody messaging you randomly on Instagram or whatever, I don't believe that at all. Hello. I want to say Phasia. Hello. And let me see. What other scams? Sometimes you get texts and they'll say like, so and so, like, from this department is like messaging you about an outstanding fee or an outstanding warrant or whatever. And it's like, first off, these people don't text you. Second off, that's ridiculous. I got that a month or two ago, and they said they were going to put a virus on my device. Yes. I think that's what they said. Similar. It was ridiculous. Again, like, you read it and you're freaked out because it's a little unsettling to see something from your email that you didn't send, and then say that somebody hacked your email account. I was more concerned about somebody getting access to my email account in general versus, whatever they were going to put on my device. Okay, whatever. That's why I changed the password. That was my first reaction, was just change the password and then go research how much of a scam this is and see like what they recommend you do. And I basically did everything they recommended, which was change your password, make it really difficult for people to get into your account with 2-factor authentication, which I did. And then, if you wanted to see if somebody was trying to hack into you, can go see your activity history and see where people were logging in. And I had like Uruguay and Russia and Indonesia and a bunch of other places. And I'm like, I don't live in any of those. So it looks like people were trying, maybe through VPNs and stuff. But, it was tense for like 10-15 minutes while I figured it out. I wish I knew what all that said, Phasia. I'm sorry. But there, yeah. If you guys see that, it's not real. They're very rare. Symbols in your password include numbers and also. Yep, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. I feel bad for people who get scammed like that. Because it really is so simple to just do the research, but you get so worked up in the moment. Like, and the fact that they can now, you know, kind of mimic your voice with AI, or at least similar enough to AI that it might pass over the phone, is a little scary. But, you know, you just gotta be careful, ask questions, make the scammers work for it. And most of the time they get mad if you're wasting their time, because they basically, if they don't get a hint, yes, avoid clicking links, all sorts of things. But yeah, that was, I hate dealing with scams. I've dealt with a few. I haven't lost any money to scams personally. I've known people who have. I've known people who have fallen for certain scams. Oh, and anybody that like calls and says they're from a certain like federal agency or whatever, those are scams too, because they don't call. That is something I do appreciate about certain entities of of the government of my country, is they deal only in like paper letters. Like, you can't opt out of getting paperless from like the IRS or something. They do send you in paper, and I appreciate that, because it's like, that can't be faked. Because the problem with faking, and it's an actual crime in my country, the problem if you fake a letter, you know, you fake it, make it look like it's official coming from a certain entity, it's mail fraud, which is a felony. So, and that can be traced back. Tracing your mail back is a lot easier than tracing email or whatever, that can ping through different VPNs and satellites and shit and get kind of lost, but you can trace mail back. So that's why scammers will reach out through text and phones, because it's not illegal to do that, but it would be illegal if they tried to fraudulently portray themselves as the IRS by faking a letter that looks like it's officially from the IRS, because that opens up a whole bucket of can of worms that they're not ready to deal with. Hi, Phasia. All the emojis are cute. What about you guys? Have you, like, Wolf mentioned that she got a similar scam. Have you guys ever gotten scam calls, scam emails, texts, anything like that? Anything that, like, I've seen people, you know, talk about that shit. Hello, Tyler. Sorry. Sorry, Z. But I don't know. I've seen texts of people, you know, going back and forth with scammers, or claiming that they put their kids on with scammers to get, like, so the kids will talk about, like, something that'll irritate the crap out of the scammers or whatever. I'm just wondering if anybody's actually done that, because I would love to know how it went. I've never done that. Like, I've never done that personally, but oh no, I did almost fall for a scam, because it was for a job, and I thought it was a little too good to be true, but I went with it because I needed a job. And when it got to them asking for weird information, I was just like, no, we're not going to do this. So then I had to go through and make sure everything was locked down in my bank and whatever, because I had given a little bit of information, but not enough. Yeah, so I kind of fell for one, but not really because I stopped, but yeah. The one that seems to get a lot of people is the one where it's like your package is stuck in customs or something. You need to email or click this link or whatever. And that'll get you squared away. It's like, no. Does any online job really exist for foreign? I actually do work remotely from home, so kinda. I mean, my office is set up like right here. I've been getting job offer texts lately. Yeah, I love getting those. And it's like, it's so ridiculous. It's like, you only have to work like 20 hours and you get paid $3,000 a week and blah, blah, blah. It's like, that sounds great, but you're full of shit. So no. I'm good. Thank you. How are you? I mean, I'd love to make $3,000 a week, and working only 20 hours, but that's not going to happen. I'm not part of that group of people. I'm part of the I make less than $20 an hour working 40 hours trying to scrape by group. I really don't know how people can like live with themselves scamming people, because I feel bad just putting a Patreon out on YouTube. And these people are calling up randos or sending out texts hoping to get somebody that'll send them money. And I'm like, I couldn't do that. That'd feel too bad. I would seriously consider that there's something wrong with me if I did that. Ooh. Ooh. Beggars are better than scammers. I mean, I can see. I mean, I can see that. I'm not trying to. I'm sorry. Did I come across as a beggar? I apologize. I'm not trying to be. I'm just like, I just was trying to give an example of like where I'm at. I'm not in the 3,000 a week for 20 hours. I'd love to be, but I'm not. I'm in the other, which is pretty much where most of my group is. At least they don't pressure anyone. I mean, depending on who you are, I've seen people try to do that, but those I think are called grifters, where they pretty much try anything. They're beggars who pretty much try to do anything to get money, like say anything to get money. And they run some kind of weird, it's not a scam, but they try to make you give them money for dumb shit. But I think they're called grifters. Mention any online site which offers real online jobs. The only time I've ever found legitimate remote jobs is like going through Indeed, and even that takes a lot of scrutiny because you have to go through the whole posting and see like when it says remote, is it actually remote or is it like hybrid? Because sometimes they will post it as remote, but you go in and read it and it's only remote for like a couple of states. If you live in the state where the job is, it's not remote, but if you live outside of it, it's remote. Or you have to live in specific states to be considered for remote. So, yeah, you kind of have to be careful there too. But, I mean, they exist. They are out there. They're just difficult to find because once people get into them, they try really hard to stay in them because online work is pretty cool. Online work from home is really awesome. I have worked remote for total like almost 3 years. Between this job and my previous job, which was also online, I've done almost 3 years of work remote, and I like it. But you also have to be willing to take like you're not going to make the big bucks working from working from home right away. So you kind of have to be like, I'll swallow the pay cut. Because a lot of the people that work from home that make a lot of money were people who worked in the office, moved up to a position that allowed them to then be remote or allowed them to be hybrid, but they had to work in the office first to get up there. No, you're good. Indeed was where I found my jobs, which is the only place I go to look to job hunt is Indeed. I've had pretty good luck from there. I found my current job and my previous job through Indeed. And I found the job before that through Indeed. The ones I've been getting are from Indeed and Seek. So Indeed doesn't send text messages. Indeed sends emails. And they're usually legitimate because they will actually be like the job posting. And it's just like, they're like, we're sending you this because you match this criteria or you have similar experience. Would you be interested in this job, kind of thing? But I cannot believe somebody actually responded to a scam text with yes. Like, no. Oh my god, it did pop. That's funny. I wonder if I can get a new one from work. So my work sent out these weird ass risk culture risk assessment mouse pads. And they're supposed to be the ones where you can rest your wrists on gel or whatever. And somehow mine popped. My gel popped. And I'm like, can I get a new one? Can I ask work for a new one? Because they're the ones who sent it to me. Maybe they have some extras. I didn't know those things could pop. I thought they were like solid gel or something. Weird. Yeah, I am. I have it on in the background. I can't do quiet really well. It freaks me out sometimes. Now I'm spinning my remote because I can. And I'm bored. Man, I'm usually not this tired when we... Oh, thank you. You're good, Z. Have a good night, or have a good day, I guess, wherever you are. Sorry. Of course. It was great chatting with you. Good night. I guess good morning to you. You as well. I guess so. Wonder if anybody's gonna slip in at the last minute like usual. Maybe I'll make some tea after this and do some schoolwork. So I've got some stuff I need to finish and submit before tomorrow. Final countdown. It's like the last 10 minutes. Sure, we'll be fine. But I'm going to check my due dates on a couple of my assignments. Shit. I forgot. These are a thing now I need to pay attention to. Okay, so the ones that I was actually working on are not due until tomorrow. Why doesn't it just tell me when it's due? Okay, due Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Okay. I'm good. I basically finished it. Oops. Let's see if there's anybody else. Oops. Shit. Oh, that's still the same. Oh, that's something else I need to work on. My volunteering. I need to do those. I need to do that. Ugh. I just hate life. Because I suck at it. If I were better at life, I might like it more. But I do be sucking at life right now. Ugh. Where is it? Oh my god, this is gonna be hell. Did I submit the other one? Yes, I did. Review feedback. Did I get feedback? I don't see feedback provided. No. But I at least got that one done. So I'm down to one left, and I have to just do the formatting. I don't know why I didn't do it yesterday, other than I was just tired. Hello. I still think of what I said about the courtroom scene. Yep, and I still think you need to watch that video I told you to watch. I wish I could understand what was being said in chat right now. You will. I'm sure. That's funny. That just makes me think of Bluey. I have no idea why Wolf did that, but thanks. Nope, that is not something to delete. Universe is random. Yeah, I agree. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really enjoyed speaking with all of you. I hope you had fun, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.